Welcome back to EpicAirsoftHD. This week we have my much long awaited, been dying to review these pistols, is the Echo1 Timberwolf. This is basically a modified Glock 17 that Lone Wolf have taken, and they've basically made their own lower receiver and added quite a lot of ergonomic details onto the original Glock, which of course was a tried and trusted pistol to begin with. So let's go over some of the features of this gun. We'll start from the front. This 20mm Riz rail can take pretty much any 20mm flashlight torch that you can throw at it. Also underneath here there is an additional safety switch, so if I do that, rack the gun, try and pull the trigger, it's not going to work until I switch it back forwards again. It's obviously difficult to do in the case that this gun already has a secondary safety which is built into the trigger. So good little feature of the gun. Also, what's different between the Glock 17 and of course the Lone Wolf is the grip itself. It's a really narrow, slim grip compared to the Glock. Also, you've got an interchangeable backstrap. I'll move on to the tan one there and I'll show you how to change that. And it's actually really nice feeling ergonomic. There's a slightly larger backstrap on there that you can put on. It's very easy to do, so I'll just grab the tan one and I'll show you how to do that. I've got quite wee hands, so I prefer the slimmer one, so I'm going to remove this one and put the slimmer one on. So all you do is a bit of pressure and it will slide off, and of course you can slide on your new one. This one is about 8mm thick, the other one's about 12, so it's quite a big difference, although you wouldn't really think it in the way that you grip the pistol. So it just slides on and clicks into place, and it's nice and flush. There's no kind of witness marks or anything there that you'll be able to feel with your hands. It's a really nice fit. The most important thing about the Lone Wolf is a lot of people think this is to stop slide bite. It's actually the kind of secondary function of that. Slide bite is when your skin of your hand gets caught with the slide and dragged in there. It can be quite painful. I've seen a lot of people you know, in the old days that used to get their hands caught in there, and it does leave an awful nasty mark. It literally bites your hand, so that stops that. But what's more interesting about it is it allows you to get your hand higher up on the gun. So when you extend out to shoot, you've actually got the sights nice and low down, nice low profile, and it actually feels like you're pointing your finger at the target when you're kind of doing your target acquisition on your enemies. So it's a really nice pistol to shoot. Of course, the Glocks already sit nice and low down compared to, say, a SIG P226, where the sight actually sits pretty high on there because you've got quite a big slide on the P226. So I like this nice, neat, low profile. Other than that, there's not much else to say about it. It strips down like a Glock does, so you would just rack that back there, lock it into place, pull down on the two tabs here on either side. So this comes off in one assembly. You just set this down to the side, and of course this is completely Tokyo Marui compatible. So basically, recoil spring, you can pull that forward. Alright, so recoil springs out, and the rest is pretty straightforward. Again, the grease is making it sticky, so I just want to be careful and make sure I don't get none of that in hop unit or anywhere where it shouldn't be. So your inner barrel is actually quite short, and of course it's made of brass, which is really good. I see a lot of aluminium barrels going about these days, but brass is self-lubricating. It's a much better material to use for a barrel, especially because of that self-lubricating. It doesn't need so much maintenance, and aluminium can oxidize and it can cause all sorts of trouble. Once aluminium oxidizes, that's about it. It's lasted its worth. So this new outer barrel should be interesting. It's going to take away the orange tip. It's actually nice cast made, so let's get this inner barrel back inside here. Make sure it's a nice snug fit, so everything seems to be in good order there. Put this back in the gun, and of course we want to try and get the recoil spring back in and seated properly. So here goes nothing. There's actually a little notch in here. It's making things just a tiny wee bit awkward, but once you've got the idea where it is, then it's perfect. So that's the gun ready to go back together again. All we do is put it back on the gun, make sure it's on the slide, and there's nothing intruding, and that's it, back onto the gun. So what I should have done was lube up the barrel first. I haven't done that because all I wanted to do was basically demonstrate that you can change the barrel on them. That's really nice. Much better without the orange tip, I'm pretty sure you all agree. So let's get this gun out in the shooting range and see how it does accuracy wise. Okay, this is kind of the second or third time I've tried this gun. It's hard to get a 0 on with a pistol, much more difficult than a rifle. And of course, every time we have to take the mag out to have more gas and more BBs, and we lose it. So hopefully we've got it on track this time. We're using 0.25 gram BBs and of course green gas is the recommended gas for this gun. So let's give it a shot. Alright, we didn't get much BBs down there, but it should give us a good idea. Let's have a look at the target. Okay, let's have a look at the target we just shot. Just so you know, just ignore these two. We actually used that as a kind of setup, and then we adjusted kind of to these. So what we're looking at is these 4 BB strikes here. Really accurate fire from something with such a short barrel. And we find that through the past as well, such as the Tokyo Marui VSR, which you can check up there. And of course, probably the best gun we've had on here was the WE P226 or the Mystery P226. So gives you an idea of what a short barrel can do over, you know, a 30-meter distance. We got one little flyer up here. Again, could be a BB, could be just the barrel's not being cleaned out enough, or we just fired that many rounds out of it trying to get, you know, not so much trying to get a good result on paper, but actually just trying to get it to hit the paper from here. So once we've got it on track, then of course we're hitting a nice neat grouping. So 2 beautiful looking pistols. This one is courtesy of Brian Holt at Echo1 and all the guys over there. It's to be sent to Scout the Doggy. He's actually got his name on the side, which is really cool. And of course I get to keep this one to myself, which I'm really pleased about. So many thanks to you guys. It's really nice to get stuff like that. So we'll be doing a giveaway as well sometime in the future of one of the guns that we've had from those guys as well. So stay tuned for that. Don't forget to subscribe to us, and of course subscribe to Echo1 USA and their tech support channel as well. Lots of good things on there, and of course you can ask Brian questions and he'll maybe even do a video for you to kind of sort out your problems. So again, guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you didn't miss an episode every single Sunday, and we'll see you next week.